Our guest today is Mr. Takashи Furukhashi, President and CEO of Nidec Elesys. Welcome in Bulgaria and in Sofia.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
And this is not your first time in Sofia. You were here approximately 6 months ago to open a R&D center.
Yes.
And I think it's the first one in Europe.
Yes.
And now you were in Serbia to open production facilities.
Yeah, right.
So you established a quite strong presence in the region. Could you tell us a little bit more about your investment strategy, about your plans for the region and for Bulgaria in particular?
Our company is basically selling the inverter. Maybe I'm not sure you are familiar with that, but inverter is one of the components of the e-axle. Now, e-axle is actually, is a replacement of the combustion engine, for the electric vehicles. So, old days, a combustion engine works with gasoline, but right now, the motor works with electricity controlled by inverter. So, inverter is one of the most important component for electric vehicle to control motor. So, this is something we are making. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of expansion of the electric vehicle market right now. So everybody is actually starting to build the electric vehicle around the world. And of course, the Europe is not unexpected. So many big OEM started to make an electric vehicle. And our customer is basically in Europe, either in France or Germany or wherever. So we have a big customer in Europe, and our mission to have a factory and R&D center in this area is to serve these customers as quickly as possible in a competitive way. So this is the basic strategies that we are doing right now here.
Could you mention some names of your customers?
Well, actually, I would say it's one of the customized Stellantis. As it is public information that we have a joint venture between Nidec and Stellantis in France, whereas we have a big customer which I don't think it's a good idea to have a name here, but everybody knows this company. Yeah. And so they are actually have a strategic move to build a platform globally to build up the car in the same platform globally. So these two projects is very fundamental for us, and we are serving these customers from Serbia and Bulgaria.
And why did you decide to have the development center and production facilities in two different countries? Shouldn't it be easier to work in one country?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, well, let me start from Serbia then. Because Serbia is a company who has the good relationship with EU organization, whereas they have a good relationship with China. Because China is also very important because so many components comes from China because of cost competitiveness. And we can get the component with tax-free from China. And also we have a good presence to the European market. If we have a factory in Serbia, so this is the fundamental reason why we actually choose Serbia. And the other one, why we choose Bulgaria then, is I'm not sure if you are aware of that, but in 1980s, Bulgaria country is one of the largest country who provide the piece computer or some other electric stuff to the Eastern economy. And so we still see there is still culture, preference to have an electric engineering in Bulgaria. So that's why I found out so many smart engineers in Bulgaria. That is the reason why I decided to build the R&D center in Bulgaria rather than Serbia. And in Serbia and Bulgaria, actually I came here today from Serbia to Bulgaria. It took just 5-6 hours drive. It's not very close, but it's really sufficient to collaborate together, to have a very strong presence in Bulgaria, while as very strong footprint in Serbia in terms of manufacturing. So I think this will work perfectly.
Great. And in the region, in the recent decades, there is a serious outflow of skilled people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have problems finding the experts you need?
In Bulgaria?
In Bulgaria and in Serbia.
In Serbia,
also.
where first of all, regarding Serbia, we already have a sort of the company already existing, like Continental or ZF, or even the Fiat Automotive is there. So relatively, we can find the right people in Serbia for manufacturing, and whereas to find out the right people in Bulgaria, I think so as I explained to you, so there's a historical presence in terms of electric engineering in Bulgaria. So far we find the right people in Bulgaria as well. So I don't think we have a big challenge to find the right people. But this is also because why I take this interview to kind of promote to the Bulgarian people that we'd like to hire more people, more talented people for our organization, because we'd like to expand our R&D center further. So I think your question is good. And I really love to hire more people.
What's your goal for hiring new people?
Yes, right.
Like numbers?
Well, at least I think up to 100. Right now, I think around 50 people working for our organization, but I would like to increase at least double, because our business is increasing in Europe. So I think it's still not enough. So we'd like to see if we could have more number in the future. But at this moment, I think 100.
Do you have other investment plans for the region?
For this region?
Yes.
Well, so so far I don't have any plan to go other places to build a fab or build an R&D center, but to expand our existing facility further. In Serbia, I think we'd like to expand more capacity for the factory, and the R&D center, we'd like to expand more capacity in Bulgaria. So this is our strategy. We don't want to have a lot more facility in this region.
And how do you see future development of the market for e-vehicles in Europe and in Balkans?
Yeah, actually, this is obvious. We need to have to reduce the CO2 consumption. Good efficiency in terms of the energy consumption is fundamental. So obviously, EV market will increase exponentially. If you see the global footprint, China is obviously the largest market at this moment. For example, let's take an example of BYD. They are selling 200,000 electric vehicles every month. So that's a huge number. We are actually in China number 3 market share in terms of the providing the e-axle product. Number 1 is BYD, number 2 is Tesla, and we are number 3. So we are in a great position in China market. And we have a lot of the experience to build this market, so that we are confident that we can kind of provide great product and services in Europe as well, based on the experience.
It looks inevitable that it will see more electric cars on the streets.
Yeah.
But do you think that the infrastructure is ready for them, like power grid or power supplies?
That's a great question, actually. I say, it's not going to happen in one day. So we need to have a time to kind of increase the capacity bit by bit. And during that time, maybe not only just electric vehicle, but plug-in hybrid or hybrid solution will also still exist, maybe within this 10 years or something. But basically the overall trend doesn't change. We go to the electric vehicle, and infrastructure will follow. So of course, there's a lot of the limitations still, but I think we will come up, this environment somehow in the future.
In the last couple of years, there were a serious problem with the supply in the auto industry. Do you think that this problem is going to be solved soon? For example, with shorter delivery times?
You mean the electric vehicle itself or semiconductor? Maybe both, right?
Both. It's a common problem.
I think the main problem is semiconductor, and lack of the supply of the semiconductor create a problem right now. But actually, by the way, I'm living in China right now to see how the electric vehicle market is going in the future, and so many Chinese semiconductor manufacturer ramping up. So I think maybe within 2 or 3 years, the semiconductor shortage is almost gone, and in turn, then Chinese company will get into that market to fulfill all the demand. So then I don't think it's going to be a problem anymore.
And there is also many construction work in Europe, for example, semiconductors. Do you think that would help easing the problem?
Of course. Yes, because for the commoditized semiconductor component, I think a Chinese company will dominate in the future. Whereas the key component, we still need the branded semiconductor company like NXP, Infineon, ST Micro, whatever. So kind of we'll have such a value chain together with European company and the Chinese company to fulfill all the demand. That will happen very soon.
And what are the main challenges for your company you like to be seen solved soon?
Well, so main challenge is actually cost competitiveness. Actually, I visited Shanghai Motor Show last month. So all the automotive, electric vehicle looks good, very innovative. But if you see several electric vehicles, then you can recognize there is no difference. So because electric vehicle is difficult to differentiate their product because of not uniqueness, right? So therefore, although the market is still ramping up, the cost competition is already started. So then I think right now we are competing against China competitor in China, and it's a really hard fight. But in the end, if we can be competitive, then I think if we sell this product to the Europe, then we can make some of the money, I think. So this is our strategy, basically, to provide reasonable product by cost competition in China and provide the right product with right service to the European customer. This is our strategy.
And the products you are developing and producing in the Balkans, they're custom for Europe?
Well, not only Europe, but also around the world. But actually, I would think the market will be kind of segmented by region in the future. So I think the Serbian factory and the Bulgarian R&D center is for a European customer. Whereas, we may have in the future also the factory and the R&D center in American region as well. So that we will have a global presence in this case. So market is expanding. We will expand like this, I think.
Could you recommend some improvement in bilateral relations between Serbia and Bulgaria that would ease your work? For example, better border procedures or lower bureaucracy?
Well, it's a difficult question because I'm not familiar with the culture between Serbia and Bulgaria. I know a little about history, but I think the fundamental way, because our team, Serbian factory and Bulgarian team, is collaborating very closely every day. It's a very good manner. So I think that keep communicating together will be the key, and the face-to-face is fundamental. So we try to take some time to have a face-to-face meeting time to time. This is, I think, maybe it's a fundamental to have a good collaboration together.
Would you like to share some message with the people in Bulgaria?
Okay, yes. Thank you very much for having me today, and for the Bulgarian people, I really appreciate that you are welcoming us very warmly, and I also would like to have the opportunity to work with you in the future. If you are excited about the electric vehicle market, this is a key message to the Bulgarian people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.